So I want to get this thing out and test it before it's real nasty outside and real deep snow, stuff like that. I guess I really haven't done a video on this in a long while. Hell, probably not even one since I got everything welded up. So I guess I'll do an overview. So go over the pieces. That's a just the front of a snowblower out of the junkyard. I bought it for I think I paid like 15 bucks for it. It didn't have any of the mounting hardware or anything with it, so that thing ended up sitting around for a long while trying to figure out how the hell to mount it up to one of these guys, because you know, you got the drive shaft going this way, this guy you got the drive shaft going this way, so it wouldn't be as simple as like a 90-degree drive. It's like all screwy. So I scrapped out another lawnmower. I had a motor just sitting around. That's a Command 11 horse, and I just cut the front end off of it, used the motor mount bracket and just welded it onto the bottom, and then just kind of fabric cobbled this frame around it. It's fully controllable from this guy here and this guy here. This one does the motor, so you got engine, clutch, start, and then this controls the actual direction of the chute, and it also controls the raise and lower of the whole unit itself. And I've had it out once before in some really wet, nasty snow, and it did alright. The first thing I noticed was, because there's so much weight out in the front of this, the wheels on this, as soon as you got it cocked off a little bit sideways, it would just start buckling. So I just went out, got some chain, put some chain on the front of the tire and aired it up, and that'll be one of the things I'm testing to see if it stays on there. Let's see, what else? The throttle and choke for the motor are right here. Here's your throttle, here's your choke. It's kind of a little bit cumbersome. You got to stand like right here, and you got to like have your hand on both sides. But it's not that bad. Once you get it running, you don't have to do anything else with it. That motor is 11 horse, and that's all it's doing, so it's got way more power than it needs. The exhaust on it is just temporary, ripped off of the tractor that it came off of. And this C-channel, kind of a levered lift system, is kind of cumbersome, but it's one of my first times ever trying to make anything like this, so I learned a lot from it. This is just black iron pipe, and then I've just got a section of smaller black iron pipe in the center of it. Just lube it up, and then it's on the bottom. You're not going to be able to see it, but it's just angle iron down there. And at first I didn't quite know what I thought about it, because as you're going over rough terrain, it has a tendency to kind of rock and wobble and stuff like that, which you'd think that'd be kind of a bad thing, because it makes it pretty weak. But it's actually kind of nice having it with the ability to bump and move around a little bit. I guess we'll see if it actually lasts or not. If it pops a weld, it's no big deal. Just jack the thing up and then re-weld it. It's not going to be fun if it does in the middle of a snowstorm, but you know, way it goes. What else? So here is a linear actuator off of a school bus, the wheelchair lift. Just grab one of those. Window motor out of a Dodge Caravan. I've been just welded on there with a universal joint, whatever you want to call it. I think that may have been the one that came with this, but just a flex joint. Anyways, so enough rambling. I'll get outside and see how it drives around.